Hi, everybody. Happy spring, the day after Easter. So glad you could join us, and hopefully everyone had a beautiful weekend. And my co-host here, Cammy Brecko, and I am Tracy Flintoff. We are going to share something even more beautiful and giving hope and optimism, just like that season of spring. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to share something that's really made a big difference in our lives. And what we're talking about tonight is the groundbreaking use of phototherapy. And we're looking at our cells in our body, the powerhouses of everything we do energetically, cognitively, performance, whatever that might be for you. If that's walking down the block or if that's, running the 50-yard dash, we're going to talk about something that can make your performance at a higher level. And we're going to talk about a couple guys here that way back in the day were pretty cutting edge. They were ahead of the curve. And they were talking about the power of light and photo back in the day. And they were talking about medicine being in the frequency realm. And Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, talking about the future of medicine, not looking at pills, but more looking at prevention. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And so they were well ahead of their time. But really, what we're talking about tonight is the future of medicine is looking at treating illness, but more about unlocking the body's innate ability to repair, regenerate, and heal itself. And it really was designed to do just that. But before we get started, I just want to share that what we're talking about tonight, the LifeWave patches, are a holistic wellness product. That's how the FDA categorizes them. And Cammy and I are not medical professionals, and so we're not going to be treating or diagnosing any conditions. We always want you to work with your doctor or your practitioner regarding whatever you might have. But we're sharing this tonight for informational purposes only. And what we're talking about is the power of using light therapy. And it's been used for thousands of years. There's red light therapy, laser, infrared saunas, MRIs. There's a variety of different ways that light has been harnessed. And it's only in the last maybe 20 years that it's really become more understood. But what we're talking about tonight in solving is the age-old problem of aging. It's inevitable for all of us. And sadly, the faster you age, the slower we heal, and our body tends to decline. And it all is attributable to something called stem cells. So when we're that young newborn baby, we are full of stem cells. But as we age, the stem cells decline. And so when we're around age 30, they are down to about 50%. And by age 60, we are down to a very small percentage that are active. And the reality is, we're going to share with you tonight the best kept secret in the world, especially in our country, in America, because this really can't be advertised or talked about because of our FDA's role here. This has been used for 20 years and it's done so many amazing things, but this is the ability to change the trajectory of your health. And what we're talking about is a wearable light technology that activates your own light to help you feel and live your best wellness life. It's patented and it is approved and it is making a very big difference. I'm going to hit play on a video and it's going to explain this in very nice fashion.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative powers and provide specific health benefits, all without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals, all helping you to stay healthy and young. To find out more, contact your distributor or visit lifewave.com. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
I never get tired of that. Pretty great stuff. And this is the secret sauce that a lot of athletes have used to do their best and maintain the top of their game. So Serena, Venus Williams, Tom Brady, the Kansas City Chiefs, ironically, last year during the Super Bowl, not this year, they were actually patched up. Michael Phelps, the swimmer, the Olympic all-time great, was really the first of the athletes to put this on the map. And you might remember some controversy around him because they thought he was doping because he was outperforming everyone. Nope, he was just wearing these little things that looked like a Band-Aid, and it was supercharging his body to be able to perform at a higher level. But in 2019, the owner and inventor of this company came out with the greatest creation in modern medicine today, and it is the X39 patch. And for the first time ever, our own repair cells can be reactivated. And you've probably heard of some people that get those repair cells injected into joints. They pay a lot of money and they're very painful, but this is so much better because we're talking about no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. You don't have to worry about drug interactions. You keep using whatever you're using and working with your doctor. Um, and you will be benefiting with rapid pain relief and reduction of inflammation. You'll notice that bumps, bruises, wounds start to heal more quickly. You have more energy and just feel better. And wait till you see what happens with your skin. Not only can you see it, you can feel it. The level of hydration, the smoothness, it's really amazing. We hear a lot of people who say they can go out and exercise and they don't get sore like they used to. A lot of people say their brain fog clears and they just have more clarity and um, able to get things done. So what we're talking about is, again, a privately held company with this amazing patent. And it is called X39. And there is a fantastic website if you want to learn more. It's startx39now.com. This is a great website for you to go to if you want to share this with somebody. Maybe you don't know how to explain this. You don't have to be the expert like Cammy and I. We do that for you so you can invite people here, but you can send this website around the country and around the world. People can learn in their own pace. I love the science section because it really gives the definitive data, the patents, the clinical trials. My favorite section is this age reversal with GHK because it's doing so much for the body. And one of the studies that they look at is the cardiovascular age being lowered on average by 8 weeks after just 6 weeks of wearing X39. So if you did the math on that, for every day you're wearing the patch, the cardiovascular system is actually getting about a day and a third younger, going in reverse. That's pretty great. the things we've heard on people with their heart changes have been pretty remarkable. There's a brain health study, and the first image you see here is session 1. This is the baseline of a 77-year-old woman with dementia. Where you see the orange and the red, that is showing the inflammation or the heat. That's a hot brain. So session 2 is actually the first check-in after 6 weeks, or excuse me, that's 3 weeks at that point of wearing the X39 patch. And you can see how that hot brain becomes a cold brain, but the body's still working on it. It's not enough time yet to get to perfection, but 3 weeks later, so a total of 6 weeks now, is session 3, and that is a perfectly balanced brain. So what you're looking at here is a decrease in brain inflammation, improved memory, focus, cognition, and just overall functionality. We hear a lot of people saying, gosh, I feel happier and I start sleeping better. And, so many good things happen. And the improved sleep is something very important to the body because it's during our sleep cycles, those deep sleep cycles, is when the body is able to repair. And it's doing really important things in the brain. So if we're not getting good sleep, our body struggles with repair. So this is really helping. And there's new data out that we look at age and we notice a couple of different bursts dramatically. The first one is around age 44, and I absolutely agree with that. I was sleeping in about 2-hour increments around that point in my life, and it was not good. And I thought I had Alzheimer's. So that was scary. And then again at age 60, well, guess what? I'm going to be 60 in November. I think I am back to where I was prior, probably to age 44, with the help of these little aids. So we can do some erasing, we can do some remodeling, and it's pretty fantastic. And this is our friend Marcy's story here, and you can see the changes in her in just a few years. But when these patches came to her, she was ready for her life to end because she was dealing with stage 3 fast-growing cells and really struggling. And on day 3, the chemo started coming out her mouth. Day 7, it started coming out her back. Her body was detoxifying, and the repair cells were actually doing their work. And by day 10, she told her friend, the naturopath who gave her these, she said, I'm going to beat this. I'm not going to let this fast growing cell of the breast and of the lymph and this very aggressive skin fast growing cell that never goes into remission. I'm optimistic. I feel like I can beat it. Well, guess what? Our beautiful Marcy is still here today, 5 years later, and doing better than ever. What we're talking about here is age reversal versus anti-aging. So you can see the difference. Grandpa dude here becomes hot dude. This lady starts out looking like grandma, and in 1 year's time, look at this. She looks like the granddaughter. She's just beautiful. So very different than just anti-aging. Anti-aging stops you in your tracks where you are, not allowing you to get older, but hey, this is going way better than that. Let's get better. We're talking about accelerated repair, scar remodeling, snowboard accident, open heart surgery here. That middle image is the repair after just 1 year time of just Mother Nature doing its job on that incision. But look at just 1 month adding X39. Look at how that collagen has filled in and recontoured, recolored. Such a difference. So skin repair, whether it's décolleté, if it's a birthmark, varicose veins, hormone-induced acne, the body has the ability to repair. This is just a tool helping the body. We say it's better than Botox because look at the changes here. No injections, no chemicals. The body is just bringing back its own natural hyaluronic acid and collagen. Look at the difference in hair growth here in 5 weeks for this guy. And we're looking at age reversal, these ladies here. I don't think either of them want their money back. I mean, what would they have paid? What was the price to get that beauty? Not a lot, I'll tell you, a cup of coffee a day. Autoimmune skin conditions. This guy on the bottom here is a friend of Cammy's, and he had undergone, I believe, 15 procedures over 20 years,
20,
or
no, 20 procedures over 15 years.
there we go. Yep.
Mhm.
And look at him. I think this guy is pretty happy with how his skin is healed. And again, this is the body. It's doing the work. The patch is just a signaling device, helping to give a reflection into the body. But patching for pets, these are not just for us humans, they're for our fur babies, horses, cats, dogs. This is my friend's dog Brutus here, who is blind. And in 1 week time, look at the beautiful brown eyes that came back in the pupil. And he started walking around the house. So this is my favorite part of our time tonight. I'm going to stop sharing and we're going to have Cammy introduce her friend so she can share her story.
Yes, it's my honor to share or to introduce you to another Cammy. We met at our business networking group, and when I started sharing about these wonderful patches, she's like, "Wait a minute, patches? I think I know about these." And so she'll tell you the rest of the story, but she had only tried Eon prior to this. So now Cammy gets to tell you the rest of the story about what's been happening since she has added X39 into her routine.
Thank you, Cammy. Hi, everyone. I'm also Cammy. Um, like Cammy said, I met Cammy at a business networking group that we both are a part of. And Cammy stood up in the room one day and she was thanking the room for, referring other customers to her business. And my ears immediately perked when she started talking about patches. And I learned this from Cammy that I do not suffer from, I live with. Uh, I live with chronic pain and have done so since 2009 when I got into a car accident that left me with a bulging C67, tore apart my lower back, and left me with double sciatic pain and frequent hip freezing. Um, at that time, I was in my very early 20s, and when the pain started, I cried that I was going to be living the rest of my life in this much pain. Fast forward to maybe 2 years ago, my chiropractor introduced me to the Eon patch. And though I found that it helped with the pain and the inflammation that I was suffering from, I still found that I needed more. Um, I had gone through, the standard ibuprofen 800 regimen, oof, lots of painkillers at some point. I remember, begging my PCP to just let me have another prescription of Percocet, knowing that, it wasn't sustainable, but it's what I needed. Okay, if not Percocet, how about some Flexeril? How about give me something to relax these muscles? Uh, Fast forward to where I am today, not being able to take really anything because at the ripe young age of 40, I suffer from high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, as well as ulcerative colitis. I found myself needing more. So when Cammy stood up in that room and started talking about these patches, I immediately found myself needing to speak with her more. I have only been on X39 for 1 week, continuing with my Eon at night, X39 during the day. I've suffered, excuse me, I've been living with constant exhaustion, needing to add gabapentin to my regimen to get a good night's sleep because even with the Eon patch, the pain was still just enough that I couldn't fall asleep. Not getting a good night's sleep, not ever getting more than 29 minutes of deep sleep, and never more than 45 minutes of REM. It was tough. It's been tough. But in this last week of being on X39, I have seen remarkable results. Cammy herself was excited at how quickly been able to see results. I have 4 a.m. mornings, and usually by 12 noon, I am brain fogged, can't comprehend, can't process what someone is speaking, saying to me, let alone try to help them or execute a task that they're asking of me. This last week, by 12 noon, I was still chipper and excited and full of energy and had to come home and force myself to take off a patch so that I could go to sleep and get some sleep because I knew that I had to repeat the cycle the very next day. But in this 1 week, I have had reduced pain, seeing a lot less inflammation. Again, almost no brain fog whatsoever, complete energy. I mean, the first night that I put it on, or the first day that I put it on, I remember texting Cammy at 9 o'clock at night going, "Oh my gosh, I need to go to bed, but I can't because I'm not even tired." And usually by this time, I can't wait to tell everyone good night. So if you're here because you've never tried X39, I absolutely urge you to give it a try. In 1 week, I have seen results that I've been praying years to see. So thank you, Cammy, for introducing X39 to me.
Yay! I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. The beautiful thing is that the Eon that you already was wearing was dialing down inflammation so that X39 could be more effective for you. So, oh, I'm so thrilled for you. The world is better when you can sleep, man.
Oh, for sure. Wow, that is fantastic. You had a lot going on, and guess what? It's only going to keep getting better and better. Isn't that so wonderful? Usually things get worse as we age. It's finally going to turn around. Okay, Cammy, would you like to pick it up
Yes,
from here?
absolutely. So what Cammy was just talking about was having the X39 in her routine now. And that's usually what we start people with. I don't know why she didn't learn about it years ago, but we're so thankful. I know she's thankful that she knows about it now and is able to use it. So the X39 and X49 are the same price. X49 tells your body to it helps your body be protected against electromagnetic fields, and it's really good for your brain and your heart and helps you build lean muscle mass. And so retail for these patches is $149 for a pack of 30. And we love to help people get wholesale pricing. And we'll tell you how to do that in a second. Some of our other favorite patches are on the next slide. And these are Eon, which is the one that Cammy was using. This one tells your body to make an anti-inflammatory. It's very calming. It's also known as the happy patch, and it helps shift your body out of that stress into rest and digest, which is really, of course, aids in your get your body in the right mode to be able to heal. Ice Wave is a pain blocking patch. When you find the right placement of the two patches in this two patch system, the Ice Wave absolutely can knock out the pain message going from the barking nerves to the brain. And Alavita, one of one of Tracy's favorite patches, definitely one of mine. It tells your body to make its own collagen. It also helps your body create melatonin. It also supports your skin health. It's an amazing patch, really, really good for you. There's a bunch of other support patches as well. And we do have some beautiful creams, the Alavita creams. There's an eye cream that has copper peptides in it. There's a day cream and there's a night cream. And those go together with the Alavita patch, supporting your skin from the inside out and the outside in. And there's all kinds of other patches to do different things. So to get wholesale pricing, we love to help people order a wholesale pack. What this does is it unlocks wholesale pricing for you for a year. And there are no fees associated with this. That cost that you see there goes 100% to patches. So, and or the Alavita creams and things. So, um, you for the 295, for example, that's great for one user to kind of get a couple months supply of some support patches, a month supply of X39, and then next month all you would order would be your 1 month supply of X39. And we recommend that you use X39 a month for every decade that you've been alive. So that's how we will help you, advise you on building your wholesale pack. We'll talk about your different health concerns that you have, what you have going on, and you want to make sure that you're getting an X39 every month after that for a little while. Give it a good try. We cannot tell you how long it's going to take for your body to make the changes, but just know that these work at the speed of light. They are making changes whether or not you feel different. I'm just thrilled that Cammy had such fast results. Um, in a week's time, she's feeling different. But that's not the case for everybody. There is a wonderful deal that we just learned about. The Alavita Regenerating Trio. That is 2 packs of patches, a day cream and a night cream, and the eye cream. That we're saving 15% on that pack. It's already an amazing deal. So um, Tracey and I do this patch information meeting every Monday at 6 and every Tuesday at 6. And then on Tuesdays, we also do a deep dive and invite you to more information. We go through different health topics, we go through different deep dives on patches and patching systems that we found to be helpful. I highly recommend that you help us by inviting a friend and sharing.
Yeah, and we should ask too at this point if anybody did bring a guest, or if you're a guest, please put your name in the chat and you will be entered to win some patches from our friend Marcy. You'll win some X39 patches.
Awesome. Thank you, Trace.
Yeah.
So that would be great to put you and your guest name on in the chat. And now's the time to get back to the person who invited you to this call, and um, and they can help you build that wholesale kit and answer any questions. If that person who invited you isn't here on the call, um, we're here. We're here to answer your questions. So we're here to help you elevate, activate, and regenerate your stem cell activity. So just so you know, this company that we're with is one of the fastest growing direct sales companies in the world. And the reason is people like us just feel a social responsibility to share it. And it's helping change lives. Like Cammy was sharing today, it's changing her life and her quality of sleep and a body's ability to heal. How can you not share it? And this is a beautiful thing to be able to share the gift of hope with people. So we can't not share it. Um, oh, that's a beautiful picture. Begin living younger today with our LifeWave X39 patches. Part of a healthful routine. Again, we are harnessing our own body light. We are the source of power to these patches. So
So we thank you so much for joining us tonight. And again, we'll be here tomorrow night, and our topic is going to be hydration for brain and pain repair. Got some good information to share, and we'll talk about the new water machine coming too. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, and then we'll take some questions.